Buenas tardes, Syracuse. Bienvenidos a Noticias. Mi nombre es Isabel Flores. También hay espacios disponibles en el centro de Barnes para que sean educadores de pares. Estas posiciones son importantes porque ayudan a unir a los estudiantes, el campus y a la comunidad. Muchas gracias, Anabel. Durante las últimas 2 semanas de enero han habido múltiples celebraciones en el campus de la Universidad de Syracuse celebrando el Año Nuevo Lunar. El Año del Conejo comenzó el 22 de enero según el calendario lunar. ¡Wow! Qué lindo es eso, ¿no? El Año del Conejo es algo tan importante y algo tan importante enseñar a toda la gente que no celebra así, ¿verdad?
De acuerdo, Isabel. Es muy importante que esta comunidad de Syracuse acepte a esta comunidad china y hacemos muchas celebraciones para que ellos se sienten incluidos, para diversificar este campus para todos nosotros.
Sí, yo creo que también es tan importante decir algo así. Digo, la celebración es tan diferente en muchas maneras, pero yo creo que celebrar así y enseñarle a los otros estudiantes aquí también que estudian es algo muy importante para enseñar.
Y todos podemos aprender, yo puedo aprender, yo no sabía mucho de estas celebraciones de el Año Nuevo Chino, pero así aprendemos todos y todos crecemos y nos acordamos un poco más de diferentes culturas, porque eso es todo, aprender de diferentes culturas.
Exacto, exacto. Pero eso es todo lo que tenemos hoy en Noticias. Gracias por apoyarnos y seguirnos, Syracuse. Mi nombre es Isabel Flores.
Good morning, I'm Isabel Flores. Thanks for joining us for Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Matt Hassan. Here's a look at today's top story.
Our top story this hour, the Syracuse Department of Public Safety has released a statement this morning in reaction to the video release of Tyree Nichols being attacked by Memphis police officers. I mean, snow is a really big deal right now. I think even walking to class, I was kind of running in my heels trying to get through the snow. Luckily, I made it here in one piece, but what'd you have to say?
Well, I just know if I'm not running, I'm freezing and I'm shivering. And just if you are running, be careful for that ice because I've felt pretty hard a couple times since I've been here. So.
Yeah, I definitely slipped 1 or 2 times. Thank you, Yoki. Tomorrow officially marks the first day of Black History Month. I was able to catch up with the Intercultural Collective as they prepare to celebrate with this year's exciting events.
I'm not sure about you, Wanshi, but it felt pretty chilly outside today.
Well, Mark, our Isabel Flores is live outside to give us more on today's weather.
Good morning, and yes, it definitely has been a chilly morning here in Syracuse. We're looking at about 24 degrees, but believe it or not, it's actually gone up a few degrees. Right now, it's pretty sunny out here, as you can see, so make sure if you're outside to enjoy those gleaming rays of sunshine. But if you're like me and you're really sensitive to the cold, make sure you have a pair of these. My ears get so sensitive. Also, make sure you also get some gloves because these are going to be your lifesavers. And if you're lucky like me, your mom can definitely make you a few beanies for free. So stay tuned. I'm going to be in studio updating you a little bit more on the breakdown of temperatures, not only here in Syracuse, but in the region. I'll throw it back to the studio to Mark and Wanshi. Some Hispanic Heritage Month events include a coffee day, an I Am Soccer League match, and a Fiesta Latina, also known as Latinx Party. If you want to learn more information, you can go to the Shine Center to visit the Multicultural Affairs Office, and that suite number is 132.
Isabel Flores joins us live at the Baldwinsville Public Library with more on this year's voter turnout. Isabel?
Thanks, guys. That is right. We're here live at the Baldwinsville Public Library poll. Now, I was talking to Garrett Wyckoff, who's the poll manager here, and he was telling me that this poll actually takes different kinds of voters from 3 different districts, and they say that they've been going through about 100 ballots an hour. So by the end of the day, they expect to be going through about 1,500 ballots, which is about half of the total voter count of the 3 districts. So he was also telling me that he can't really pinpoint if he's seen more or less voters in this election than in previous years because of the fact that there's been a lot of mail-in ballots that have been coming through. So they're still also trying to get count of those. Now, this is also a really big election because of the fact that Lee Zeldin has been catching up to Kathy Hochul, who is our current governor of New York State and is a Democrat. New York is notoriously known for being a blue state, and Zeldin winning this election can possibly turn this state into a red state. In Baldwinsville, I'm Isabel Flores with Democracy in Action.
While many believe TikTok is posing threats by using things like spyware,
others are using it to try and help foster community.
While the pandemic did take a toll on the hotel during quarantine times, attendance at the Sheraton is back up to what it used to be.
To break down how the shop was received by the public. Isabel?
That's right, Jayla. Winter's Tea is a new online shop that aims to help customers take some time out of their day to relax. I was able to catch up with the owners of Winter's Tea at their grand opening to find out more about the vision behind their brand. Since its opening on Saturday, the company has had more than 80 tea sales and has had 3 companies reach out to partner with them to sell their products, including a shop in London. Reporting for Mornings on the Hill, I'm Isabel Flores. A few weeks ago, FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr brought up the idea of banning TikTok from the App Store again. Carr was appointed by former President Donald Trump, who was also against the platform. Nothing is set in stone, but if the ban does go through, small businesses could be hit hard. The argument used by conservatives is that the app is used as spyware by China. Still, many believe this is just part of the agenda to remove an app that, for the most part, holds liberal ideas. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Isabel Flores. Governor Kathy Hochul plans to approve and establish at least 20 dispensaries before the end of 2022 and plans to establish many more throughout the new year. While many are still skeptical of these plans to open such a large amount of dispensaries by the end of the year, others seem excited for the change. Sammy, Michael, back to you.
Welcome to San Jose, y'all. Welcome, welcome.
While weather in Syracuse is freezing cold, the nonprofit organization We Rise Above the Streets is bringing warmth to the community with Sandwich Saturdays. Sandwich Saturdays aim to provide basic necessities for individuals in Syracuse. Volunteers meet at Lincoln Middle School ready to make sandwiches to bring to the community. Founder of We Rise Above the Streets, Alamin Muhammad, started his efforts 8 years ago.
When I first started on Sandwich Saturday, I was in a small office space and like 20, 25 people come. We make like 100 sack lunches.
Now, Muhammad says We Rise Above the Streets makes about 5 times that and usually has upwards of 100 volunteers come out each week.
It's really been a journey. It's been a journey, man.
Once all of the sandwiches are bagged and made, everyone sets out to Billings Park. Volunteers like Joe Tastrom see the value in Muhammad's mission to spread kindness and awareness.
My favorite part is after we make the sandwiches and go down to Billings Park, and we get to circulate, talk, communicate with the community out there.
We Rise completely transforms Billings Park and even provides an extra snack or even a beanie to those who need it.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Volunteers distribute the sandwiches, more food, clothing, shoes, and other items. The issue of helping those in need is personal to Muhammad. He fell into tough times when he was younger and resorted to gang activity and dealing drugs just to get by.
When I finally got out of prison, probably like the 5th, 6th time in prison, I decided to leave everything that I was doing negativity to turn and have a productive, positive life. But it ended up me being homeless as well. I told myself that I'm gonna help people for the rest of my life because I don't want nobody to go through what I went through. And for 8 years, we did a damn good job, right?
In Syracuse, Isabel Flores, NCC News. Since its grand opening on Saturday, the Winter's Tea online shop has sold more than 80 tea canisters. Several different stores have already reached out to the brand to sell their products, including one shop from London. Jasmine Winter is the co-owner of Winter's Tea along with her cousin Amelia Winter Natoma. Growing up Caribbean, both Amelia and Jasmine were exposed to a lot of tea drinking growing up and wanted to share it with customers in an eco-friendly way.
We decided to go with that packaging, essentially because it can be reused and also it can be biodegradable. And then all of the packaging within that packaging, such as the seemingly plastic inner bag, is also biodegradable.
Kayla Bourgeois is a customer of Winter's Tea and says she likes the overall sustainability mission of the brand and the fact that it's Black woman owned.
So great that Black businesses are doing wonderful things and kind of doing it the right way. So nothing but positivity from that aspect.
With Central New York experiencing its first snowfall of the season on Sunday, Jasmine says she hopes more people learn about Winter's Tea to help them find out what their favorite flavors are to keep cozy and warm. This winter, Jasmine is excited to release a new item for fans of the tea brand.
So we haven't told anybody yet, but we plan to launch a holiday flavor coming next month, yeah.
Jasmine is optimistic for the future of Winter's Tea and hopes that others will love the brand just as much as our current customers do. In Syracuse, Isabel Flores, NCC News. Today's chilly weather didn't stop Syracuse voters from coming out to the Solvay Fire Department even at 6 in the morning. Many residents were eager to get to the polls to have their voices heard. Syracuse resident Jim Gasick says he wants to use his voting power to create change.
I voted today because I'm very disappointed in what we have in government right now. Every vote counts, and what we have in office right now is tyranny in my eyes.
Carla Silva Gardner also believes that voting can help to foster change in one's community.
I, for a while, was a canvasser myself for a bunch of different political causes, so I really strongly do believe it all starts with small movements, and that's how you lead to bigger change.
Trent Gardner says that being able to vote in the United States is a privilege and makes him feel empowered.
It's one of our fundamental rights in this country that a lot of other countries don't have.
While residents all have different views, one sentiment that seems to be echoed by many is to go out to the polls and vote.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Reporting from Syracuse, I'm Isabel Flores with Democracy in Action. Residents all over Central New York took to the polls today to make sure their votes counted in this election. New York resident Sean Holmes said voting in this election is especially crucial, saying that the stakes are high.
Every election, I always come out and vote because we got to have our voices heard. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, any nationality, we got to have our voices heard.
New York resident Kay Johnson said inflation is a big issue in New York State.
We are in a recession, so the financial well-being of the state of New York is important to me.
Holmes hopes that whoever is elected into office can help mitigate this situation.
First thing, with the inflation, with the taxes. I mean, everything's so high from food, electricity, it's getting out of hand. So with this vote, whoever's in office can maybe, help us out, as citizens, because like I said, the bills is too high.
Other key issues for New York State residents include healthcare, safety, and the environment. Polling sites in Syracuse have been busy all day, with the Blessed Sacrament School being just one of them. I'm right here on the parking lot where you can see only a few of the residents that have decided to go straight through those doors to be able to say, I voted. I'm Isabel Flores, reporting in Syracuse with Democracy in Action.